The newest kid in town that everyone speaks about these days is the new watch manufacturer SpaceOne. The co-founders Guillaume Lede and Theo Offray. Sometimes I need to admit that French names are hard to pronounce for those that don't know French. Luckily I'm a French speaker. However, let me come back to the main course of today, the beautiful, the breathtaking, out of this world One Tellurium watch that for all intents and purposes might as well be designed by Elon Musk himself. In fact, this is that kind of watch I would expect Elon Musk to wear at his wrist. This spaceship-like watch is in fact the second watch launched by the brand, first one being the highly praised Argon Space Jumping Hour. The SpaceOne brand is all about bringing more advanced complications to the masses at affordable prices. This watch costs just under 3,000 euros. No small money, but it is affordable all considered. It is incredible to see this kind of imaginative watchmaking happening at such an accessible price point. If for a traditional mechanical watch with such complications like this Ulysse Nardin here, or a Patek Philippe or a Vacheron Constantin for example, the price is in tens of thousands, then this Tellurium seems suddenly a bargain. In fact, this watch is like the Antikythera mechanism of today, a small planetarium at your wrist. This watch, in addition to telling the time and featuring a calendar with the date and month, tracks the Moon's orbit around the Earth and Earth's orbit around the Sun via a heliocentric tellurium that is the core of the watch. It looks very aerodynamic. One bonus point is that the crown at 12 o'clock resembles a big jet engine. I just love the wristwatches with the crown at 12 o'clock position. A large part of the case is polished, but there are also some brushed and sandblasted facets. The size of the case is perfect. It measures 42 mm in diameter and it is 50 mm long, and it is in line with today's standards and will fit perfectly on every wrist. And 16 mm thick with a domed sapphire crystal on top is nothing to worry about. What's also good to know is that the case is made from lightweight titanium and has a sleek appearance that allows for a wide open view of the headlining complication. The lug distance is 22 mm and water resistance only to 3 atmospheres. But this is not a diver's watch, so it is fine. Now that we have finished with the specs, let's speak about the miniature planetarium that this watch really is. Even though the case is already quite the conversation starter, the dial of this Tellurium provides ample inspiration to keep that conversation going. Yes, this watch has an hour and minutes hand, just like any other watch, but their length already indicates that they actually play a supporting role. Because you can also tell this from the numerals at 4, 8 and 12 o'clock position. This dial isn't really about showing you what time is it. It's all about showing how the Sun, Moon and Earth relate to each other. It's more like an work of art that managed to show the hour of the day in real time. It's like a living sculpture. Mechanically speaking, the heliocentric planetary module sits on top of the watch caliber. Offray's complication is basically a module built on top of a support P024 movement and incorporates a planetary wheel that is linked to the calendar found at the 6 o'clock position. The sphere in the center represents the Sun, and the two other gracefully dancing around it represents Earth and Moon. They do so in the middle of a beautiful design dial, which also features canted blue apertures for the hour, jumping date and sliding month. In this watch, the Earth takes exactly 355 days to revolve around the Sun, and it moves together with the month wheel. The moon goes around Earth every 29.5 days. This means you will have to manually set the date every 2 months or so. I mean, when the calendar month is of 30 days, but that is what keeps the cost to a minimum at least. The relative simplicity of the Tellurium adds to its charm. In addition of being accessible in terms of price, it is accessible in terms of our ability to understand and relate to it. The concept of the small ball representing the Earth taking a full year to make a single rotation around the central ball representing the Sun is easy to grasp, as is the dance done by the Moon relative to Earth's on a shorter timescale. By focusing solely on the Earth and Moon, the Tellurium reinforces that this is in fact a timepiece that is utterly practical, charting years and months in a way other watches only dream about.